Welcome to the Jan Podcast, Season 2, Episode 33. I'm your host, Jan. How are you doing? Yeah? Yeah? I hope you're doing better than me. Wouldn't take much, truthfully. It's just the way of things. It is what it is. Well, I almost got killed this morning, so there's my pee. Well, not this morning, on my way home. Well, I guess it's still morning, but on my way home from work. We have to go through this roundabout, and I approach the roundabout and there's nobody coming my direction on my left, so I enter the roundabout. I get about, I don't know, maybe 20 feet into the roundabout and I'm beginning to make my turn and a trucker decides he's gonna just go. And I literally had to lock my damn car up. You motherfucker. And he just looks at me and I flipped him off. I'm like, you fucking asshole. I swear to God, if I had a little extra time, I'd have followed his fucking ass. Yeah, that's annoying. You don't have to be a dick. He could have waited. There was no one behind me. He could have waited. It's just being a prick. An entitled asshole. I don't think trucks belong in roundabouts anyways, personally. I don't think they belong there. So there you go. Chupa, you're being very needy. You're being a needy Chewini right now. Yes, you are. So anyway, God, last night, not last night, night before last, I was trying to sleep. Well, I was sleeping up until maybe like midnight. I woke up and I swear it felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. I was like, I can't breathe. So I sat up. I'm like, oh, that's better. But it was weird. It was like, I don't know if I pulled my dream into when I woke up or what, but it took me a cool maybe 45 minutes before I felt like I could go back to bed where I could lay down. For some reason, laying down just made me feel terrible. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to lay down. I want to sit up. So I sat up for a little bit, and as soon as I started feeling drowsy, I went back and knocked out. And I felt fine since, but it was just weird. It didn't feel like myself. When you're antsy and you're hot and you're like, "Ugh." Yeah, so it's time to chop my hair off. That's what it came down to for me. It's time to cut all my hair off. That's right. The lotto's tonight, and it's, I don't remember which one it is, but it's freaking $1 billion. Jesus Christ. I was just reading that $1 billion, they're only going to get like, I think 600 million that out of a billion. They're only going to get a little bit more than half. Jeez, man, that's wrong. I don't think that rewards like that, maybe something as high as a lottery should be taxed, but not to that level. Just like my bonus, okay? If I get a bonus, if I do my objectives and I get my bonus, they tax the shit out of it. Why are you taking my bonus money? That's money that I earned doing extra and making sure I did my job well. The government shouldn't be touching my damn bonus money. That should be tax-free money. That's just bullshit. I don't. That's just me. I just don't want to pay taxes on every goddamn thing I do 5 times. I pay taxes on my income, then I go buy something, I pay taxes on that. Fuck, man. It's like property taxes. I think that's stupid. I don't think people should have to pay property taxes. But I know that it pays a lot of revenue to things, but still, I don't think it's right. Make them pay for something that they're already paying for. It's stupid. Just like I bitch about the DMV charging me, making me go get my freaking hybrid smogged. Are you fucking kidding me? What's the matter? You're not getting my revenue off of gas, so you want to freaking make me pay another way? Dirtbags. Anyways, enough of that. On to something else to bitch about. But the lotto's going to be a lot tonight, so we'll see who wins. I got a quick pick, but I'm not going to spend more than that. They're lucky they got that, truthfully, honestly. With my luck, I'd get it and lose all that extra money, huh? That's okay. I could live off $1 million quite easily. I don't need 600 million. You get 600 million and people you don't know or haven't seen for years all of a sudden come a knocking, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got something they want you to invest in, and yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. It would be one of those you have to be an anonymous winner. That's what you want to be, an anonymous winner, especially for that kind of shit. I follow what's her name, Gina Scott Williams on Facebook or Instagram. Instagram, no, maybe on Facebook or Instagram. I can't remember which one. But she has like Gen X humor, and her thing is she responds to other gens crying about us. And she just kind of puts it in a Gen X kind of way, like we don't care. Yeah, it's really funny to listen because she'll have videos, and you have all these generational groups just bitching about Gen X and whining about how rude we are and we're mean. And I'm just like, yeah. And your point is, yes, people our generation are rude and mean. We don't have time for your stupidity. Move along, little kid. Move along. What do you mean you're 40? Move along, little kid. Move along. I don't know about you guys, but I always think that I'm fucking every time I go back and I go, oh, 20 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that was 40 plus years ago. Everything's 20 years ago. Well, 20 years ago. This was on TV 20 years. No, it's been 40. What? Holy shit. Like, oh man. Honestly, I'm getting out of order, but I'm gonna go ahead and transition into this anyways. Back in the day, I mean, one of my favorite shows ever was Cops. I mean, who didn't watch Cops? You watch those guys, bad boys, what you gonna do? Yeah, who didn't love that, man? It was fun watching them deal with everyday psychos, man. The criminal element. Then we had like America's Most Wanted, where we could, recognize somebody, the potential to recognize a criminal and get them arrested. Same with Unsolved Mysteries. They did the same thing with that. But Unsolved Mysteries kind of branched out into other things too. Like it was more mysteries, like, ghost mysteries and missing loved ones and stuff like that. But it was still awesome to watch. Unsolved Mysteries was good too. But I mean, one of my favorites, and I still watch it, is The First 48. That's one of my favorites. I mean, I like Cold Case Files and, Forensic Files. Those kind of shows too. I really love them. But The First 48, I really liked how they took it from the time they get the call to the time they solve it, and sometimes they solve it under 48 and sometimes they never solve it. Sometimes it looks like the obvious person's been arrested and then they show at the end that they were never charged. And you're like, well, how can they not be charged? But you don't know all the circumstances. But it's interesting to see them go through the process of picking them up and how they get people to talk and different techniques to try to get the word out, and how they use CIs. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I really like it. In some areas, like I've never even been to Florida, but I can tell you areas that are tough are the pork and beans. I can tell you that the pork and beans in Florida is a tough ass area, and people get fucking killed there on the regular. Scary. I shouldn't know that, but I do. I mean, California has their own problems. You know what I'm saying? We have plenty down south, and we have plenty up north too. So there's certain cities you don't go fuck around in, you know what I mean? Yeah, go to Oakland and fuck around, see how you feel after that. Yeah, it's not gonna go up. And there's like 20 places in the South you could go. So you just be careful, Be careful. Yeah, but those shows were great. And I think they're still recording First 48. And it's interesting to like follow the detectives. Like there's a couple episodes where maybe like the first 3 episodes, they get rookies in that are just starting, and you get to watch their progress as they go on. I mean, and then like, 10 years later, they're the veterans. You're like, dang, that's kind of cool. You get to follow their career. Because one guy, man, his rookie year, his first year in the homicide, like his first week, him and his girl were having issues because she wanted all the attention and he was always at work. And she basically fucking dumped him over the phone when she knows he's being recorded. She fucking Dear Johns him. It just kind of sucked. I'm like, geez, man, that's kind of fucked up. That's a fucked up way to Dear John someone. And now he's famous. You know what I mean? You're stupid. So you wanted it to be all about you. You don't care about someone else. But some people weren't meant for being with cops, especially homicide detectives, because they work a lot of hours. I mean, they go in, like they say, the first 48. They're going to be gone for 2 days straight till they figure out what the fuck's going on. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. You feel me? Well, I at work, I was walking by one of the guys that's unloading a trailer load of product that's going to come into the warehouse. And it was Charmin bathroom tissue. And he's unloading, and I walk by and I go, please don't squeeze the Charmin. And I started laughing, and he just looked at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, he doesn't know what I'm fucking talking about. And he's like, okay. And I go, no, it's a commercial. It's a commercial. He goes, oh, I've never seen it. I go, and you never will. It's like fucking 20 years old. And I'm like, oh no, it's actually 40. He's like 20 something. I'm like, fuck. I know it's like 40 years old. Never mind. I'm sorry I even said anything. I'm like, God damn it. I walked away going, I feel old. God damn it. I had that squeeze. Please don't squeeze the Charmin opportunity, and the joke had passed 40 years ago. So, but it didn't stop me from using it anyways, because why waste a good joke on nothing? At least I confused the fuck out of somebody. So I got something out of it. Oh, that's freaking funny. Yeah. I also watched on one of the first, was it First 48? I think it was First 48. No, it wasn't. It was 48 hours. It was a podcast, 48 hours, I think. I was listening, and as usual, a spouse killed another spouse. So the husband murders the wife and gets away with it for a long time because they think he has an alibi or whatever. And the detective just basically botched the case. So as soon as they pulled him off, they finally figured out, yes, the husband did it. And he finally went to prison for it. But his family got custody of the grandkids, and the wife's family isn't even allowed to visit them. And I have a real fucking problem with that. Man, maybe it's just me, but I kind of feel like if your child murdered their spouse, you might not be the one you want to send those kids to, especially if you're trying to turn them against the other grandparents. You clearly don't need those children. I don't know. I have a super big problem with that. There may be like, opportunities or things that have happened that have led to that, but not letting the grandparents of the other family member that your child murdered see the grandchildren and intentionally talking shit to the kids about them, that's wrong. You should lose them just for that alone. And they should monitor that shit. So if they catch them isolating the other family like that, they should lose custody. I think that there should be some kind of a monitoring of the children just to make sure that they get to grow up healthy and let them make up their own damn mind if they want to see the other grandparents. They probably do. I mean, I'm sure they're with their other grandparents and they're telling them their father didn't murder their mother and he's innocent and, your mother had it coming and, oh, your grandparents are going to lie to you. Oh my God. Could you imagine? It's brainwashing. It's child abuse. I'm not saying they all do that by any means, but in this particular case, they were 100% doing that. They shouldn't be allowed to have those kids anymore. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Can't be the only one that feels that way. But I digress. All right. Well, I'm getting the cold stare from the chupa, so I think it might be time for me to bolt. Is it time for me to go, huh? Yeah. It is time for me to go. Yeah, I've been told that it's time for me to end my podcast now. All right, all right. Okay, well, you know, it's hot lately, so make sure if you're in a hot area that you take care of yourself and stay hydrated and shit, because it's crazy hot right here in California. It's like it's been over 100 every day for the last week, so take care of yourself. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. Adopt, don't shop. Spay and neuter your pets. All right, I got my spiel out. All right. Well, I will catch you next week, and hopefully, I'll be a little more entertaining. I don't feel like I was very entertaining this week. Sorry. It's been a long week. All right. Well, until next week, just try to be a good person and don't let anybody fuck you over. Meh. Peace out.